How will you say that this is Ask MKBHD V11 with your hands? Oh, I guess this is number 11? Okay. What's up, guys? MKBHD here. Welcome to Ask MKBHD version 11. There were plenty of questions, of course. I asked you guys on Twitter what you guys wanted to know. There's been plenty of uploads in the past month, plenty to talk about, plenty of tech releases. Let's just go. Grab the Surface Studio or wait for refresh with better specs. Okay, so I've seen the Surface Studio. People were asking why I didn't cover it. I was on a plane during that on the way to the Apple event, so I was watching it on this crappy Wi-Fi, but I'm aware of it. Should you get one now? Obviously, it looks really cool. You can always be waiting for better specs. I don't think you need to wait. It's a brand new product. You can feel free to be safe and get it now. But yeah, I think this is a product that's going to be continued by Microsoft. It's kind of ridiculously good looking, and I hope there's many more. Guilty pleasures of this year's tech. Of this year's? I don't think I really have any for this year. What I will say though, I haven't really told many people this. The Moto 360, like the original with the circle but the flat tire on the bottom, that's one of my favorite smartwatch designs ever, like since the beginning. There's been like years of smartwatches since then, and everyone's all like, oh, I want the full circle. I don't care if I need a bigger bezel. That flat tire design is ugly. I kind of really liked it. Do you love the Pixel as much as you thought you would, and has it become your daily driver? Yes, it is my daily driver. It's the phone I'm testing right now. My main SIM is in it. And this is actually one of those phones that I like more than I thought I would. We all, we're smartphone enthusiasts. We look at the specs. When we see it announced, we're maybe not the most impressed with the Pixel. It's not water resistant. It doesn't have expandable storage. It's not the prettiest design when you see it on paper or in an ad. But when you condense a phone down to just the experience of using it, just the software experience of what makes these phones and what made previous Nexuses so good, it reminds you a lot of what makes a phone good. This phone is a lot better in person than any video or tutorial or review can really show you. That being said, I am definitely reviewing it. When will we see the studio tour? Soon. I actually shot it already, and I shot it in 360. So if you saw the Snapchat teasers or the Twitter teasers, if you're following, you've already noticed this. But I've shot the studio tour. It's an evolving space. There's going to be more stuff coming in and out of here all the time. But for those of you who are curious and kind of want to know the general layout of what it looks like, that's going to be a video that's upcoming very soon. So thumbs up if you're excited to see that. Hopefully it drops in your sub box shortly. If you were Tim Cook for a brief period of time, I guess if I was the CEO of Apple for a second or two, what tasks would you have deployed to the Apple engineers? Oh, that's easy. New Mac Pro, please, in matte black with the new chips. Do it now. Do it! What is your go-to tech gift for this holiday season for all these price range ideas? So for 20 to 50 bucks, that's kind of in your like non-functional accessory market. Like if I'm talking about smartphones, that's your screen protectors, your skins, your cases, stuff like that. For 50 to 100 bucks, that's getting into more of like your functional accessories, so things that actually do stuff. So like a battery case to have extra battery life, or maybe like one of those cradles or extra lenses on the back of the smartphone to shoot better video. 100 to 250 bucks is sort of an awkward range for a smartphone related gift, but if you're into stuff like mid to high end headphones, that can be an idea. And then from 250 to 500 bucks, you can get a smartphone for this price. You can get a great smartphone for this price. I've recommended a couple already. I've shown some this year. The OnePlus 3 comes to mind because that's automatically at the top of my list for under 500 bucks, but there's plenty of others from Moto and Xiaomi and others. Why are you still using an aged Mac Pro instead of maybe a faster and updated Windows setup? Okay, so yeah, I've talked a little bit about this on Twitter, but I'm still using, you can't really see it, but way back there, the Mac Pro, the trash can, which came out in 2013. When I mentioned I was actually considering getting a fully top-spec'd, maxed-out MacBook Pro to replace that on my desktop, ton of questions came to mind. Number one is, why don't you switch to like a Windows build, just build a Windows PC and learn Premiere or Vegas or something like that? I've actually been using Adobe Premiere for nearly a decade, believe it or not, like 7 years of using Adobe Premiere, so it's not like I need to learn something new. I switched in the last year to Final Cut Pro for a reason, and that's performance, and I'm not really switching back. Hackintosh doesn't really work for me. I mean, maybe as a recreational project it's fun, but the reliability isn't there for a full-time machine to edit videos every day. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, is like I want a new Mac Pro, obviously, like I've said, but there's not a whole lot of options for a high-end machine that I can do dual monitor. Maybe an iMac, maybe like a matte black iMac or something, I don't know. What's up with Kumar? This is kind of a long story, but not really. Some of you guys have seen that video where there's like 10 facts about Marques Brownlee that you didn't know, and one of them is that my middle name is apparently Kumar, which is funny because, first of all, it's not, but I know exactly where that guy got that from, which is if you go to one of those like Quora like question and answer sites where someone asked, what is Marques Brownlee's middle name? Someone came up with this flawless logic to explain why it must be Kumar. And then another fun fact, I have a Wikipedia page about me. You can't edit your own Wikipedia page for some reason. Only others can update it for you. So of course, when this video came out, other people edited the Wikipedia page to say that that was my middle name. And then on top of that, if you ask Google like what someone's middle name is, it's pulling a lot of that stuff from the knowledge graph from Wikipedia. So it'll tell you my middle name is whatever the last guess was that someone edited in Wikipedia. Sometimes it's Kumar, sometimes it's other names. None of those are right. How did you feel when you heard Tesla upgraded Autopilot hardware so significantly after you got your P100D? In a word, defeated, but it's not that bad. So you might have heard that my car, Apollo, which I got less than a month ago, will never be upgraded to the Autopilot 2.0 hardware. It is incompatible and will never get retrofit. So immediately when I hear that, I've saved up for years. I've been dying to get this car. I finally get a garage. Years later, I get the new announcement, P100D, I pull the trigger, and I'm super psyched, and then 3 weeks later, it's outdated for life. How does that, that kind of is defeating. So I talked to Tesla for a little bit. I'm immediately like, listen, I want the new hardware, so maybe we can set up like a trade-in right now. I'll order a new P100D today. We can set this whole thing up. And they kind of talked me through it, and I'm not that sold anymore. Essentially, the Autopilot that's in these cars now that's coming out is going to catch up with software updates over the next couple of weeks and years and months to be as good as my car now. And my car is also going to keep getting software updates too. So I don't need to trade in right now to get that new hardware. I feel like maybe in 2 years, I might come back around again when there's like a P120D or something ridiculous and pull the trigger on that and get the new hardware and get the trade in. So it's kind of all right. There's definitely some angry Tesla owners out there who like just got a new car and then like days later will find out that they'll never get that Autopilot 2.0. Kind of rough. How are you feeling after that loss last night? So Ryan is asking about my Clippers losing to his Thunder. I don't feel that bad about it. My Clippers, actually, I think they look really good this year. It's early season, and we did lose to a great Thunder team, and I'm just going to say it now, the MVP of the 2017 season, Russell Westbrook. So I'm not that mad. But I like our bench. I like our studs. I think if we stay healthy, we'll go deep in the Western Conference, which is a gauntlet again. How would you react to your first video now?
All right, welcome to my first video. Bought a new laptop, and I got the media center remote with it. Quite a nice remote. So
quite a nice remote.
DVD button will play DVDs. It'll open up the DVD. Remote is the
okay,
volume
I can't watch the whole thing. That was really bad, but I'm glad I made it. Was the Craig Federighi Apple's idea or yours? So I did get to interview Craig Federighi, as you've probably seen in that previous video. That was Apple approached me for that, so that's probably all I can say about that. But also, fun fact about that, I didn't know, like I went to the event and I didn't know who, I knew I was going to be interviewing someone, but I didn't know who I was going to be interviewing until like 45 minutes before I got to set up the camera equipment and do the interview. So that's number one. And then of course, some people are saying, yo, those are great questions. Those are really fun. The others were saying, oh, you went way too soft on them. You should have grilled them on the SD card slot and the missing features on the MacBook Pro. Yeah, you're probably right. I was pretty happy with the questions I came up with in the 45 minutes that I was sitting there before I got to do the interview, but I would happily, gladly interview another person from Apple in the future, just saying. Are you going to do a giveaway? It's been a long time since your last giveaway, man. Love your crispy videos. Thank you, Bogart25. Appreciate that. Glad you like the videos. And yeah, you're right. It's been a while since I've done a giveaway video. Hold on a second. Let me get something real quick. You see this? You see this? All right, so I clearly don't need this many pixels. I don't think I've ever said that sentence before. But I have a bunch of smartphones here, Pixels and Pixel XLs. I'm only reviewing one. I'll probably only keep one or two. But I'm going to hold a giveaway on Twitter in the upcoming days from when this video goes live. So if you follow me on Twitter, it'll be the first link below that like button. Then sometime soon you will see the giveaway tweet. International giveaway, feel free to enter. Thanks for watching. Seriously, thanks for watching. These videos are really fun to make, and the only reason I get to make them is because you guys send your questions. So yeah, thanks, and talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.